Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be when friends and family don't support you in your purpose, your mission, or your career choice in life. And I got a quote that I want to read you. It's from Michael Jordan, who was arguably one of the best, if not the best, basketball player to ever play the game. And one of the things I love about Michael Jordan's story is that, like when I counsel professional athletes or other professional players in the sports industry, is I use him a lot as an example. Because what Michael Jordan said was the result, or what caused him to be as successful as he was, is he said that he demanded more out of himself. In other words, he had higher standards for himself than his coaches, than his teammates, and his friends and family expected of him, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. And the other thing is that when he got to be a sophomore in high school, he tried out for the varsity basketball team, and he didn't make it. And he was really disappointed. And the coach said, I'll tell you what, if you meet me every day after school for the rest of this year, I promise you next year when you try out for the basketball team, you'll make it. And he did. It took a coach taking his time to spend with him to teach him the fundamentals of what he needed to do. And why I say all the time, repetition's the mother of skill. Just like Michael Jackson, why he became so successful as a musician, or Justin Bieber. I mean, when you see videos in the internet of this kid when he was like 5, 6 years old, he always knew he wanted to sing. And when you do something over and over and over again, and that's all you do, and it totally comes from your heart and the core of your being, and you follow your own internal enthusiasm, it's amazing what you can accomplish. And so obviously the next year, Michael Jordan made the basketball team, and the rest is pretty much NBA basketball history. And I've got an email here from a viewer, and he's from Pakistan. And it's interesting because everybody in his family wants him to become a doctor or an engineer, or what was the other thing he wanted? CEO of a company. In other words, what he wants to do, he wants to go into sports broadcasting, and their perception is, oh, you won't make much money doing that. That's not a really respectable career. And they really don't give a shit that his heart and his passion is sports broadcasting. And it reminds me of a time, I remember when in the mid-90s, when I walked away from my job, quit my job, borrowed $50,000 on my 2 credit cards, and I bought 2 foreclosure properties in some really crummy neighborhoods because I wanted to buy, fix up, and sell single-family homes for a profit. And at the time I was married, my father-in-law was like, you're going to lose everything, you're going to ruin your marriage, or you're going to lose your house, you're going to ruin yourself financially. And my dad, he was the same way. He didn't support what I did. And my attitude was like, fuck you. I'll do it on my own without you. And sometimes in life, you're going to encounter friends and family and people in your peer group that aren't going to support you in what you want to do. Because people that are too weak to follow their own dreams, they will always find a reason to discourage yours. Because when you go for the things you want in life, you're like a giant reflection to them of how unsuccessful they are, or how they're not pursuing what they really want and reaching or striving to reach their full potential. And so it's like if they can knock you down at their level and get you to give up, then they don't feel so bad about the fact that they're not taking care of or handling what they need to take care of in their own lives. And so this is what's so important. It's like, I see this over and over. You have to do something that you really, truly love and you have a passion for if you really want to become awesome at it in life. And not because there's going to be plenty of people that are going to encounter you in life that are going to tell you, oh, you can't do that. That's stupid. That'll never work out. You're an idiot. What are you thinking? Who do you think you are thinking you can pull off something like that? And the idea is, like in an article I did a while back called How Find a Way to Add Value, is that once you identify your true heart and your true passion, the goal is to try to become as good as you can be at that, to reach your full potential, to focus on it. Repetition's the mother of skill. And just like I get another video I did recently, I was talking about Ray Allen, who's an NBA basketball player for the Miami Heat currently. Well, what people don't know about him is that he arrives about 3.5, 4 hours before his teammates and everybody else does before game time. And he goes out in the court, and all he does is practice his shooting, his three-point shooting. And that is why he holds all of the records for the most number of three-pointers made in the NBA. Nobody looks at that. They say, oh, Ray Allen, oh, he's amazing, oh, he's a millionaire. He was born that way. It's like they don't look at the thousands and thousands of hours he spent in his lifetime perfecting his craft. Repetition is the mother of skill. And even though he's already an NBA champion and he's at a high level in his career, he still goes out there and he practices the fundamentals every single day. Guys like Reggie Bush, who currently, he's a free agent right now, he's a running back for the Miami Dolphins. He is always the last one off the field. Every day, he's staying after practice, pulling the sled with weights on it, working to get better. He does more than anybody else on the Miami Dolphins football team to prepare and to get himself into this shape and stay in the condition he needs to be in order to do well. And he's had 2 phenomenal, great years this past year. I hope he remains with the Dolphins. Obviously, I'm a Dolphins fan. And so this viewer, he says, "Hi, Corey. I've been watching your videos daily, and I'm in the process of finishing your book. I've recently graduated from college, and I'm looking for work. I want to pursue a career in sports media, and I've always had a dream of being in front of the camera or having my own radio show. Well, a great place to start while you're looking is to start your own website, start blogging about things you really have a passion for. Get yourself a video camera and some equipment, get yourself a logo made up, and do simply what I do. I mean, if you look behind me, this is my background here, and it's got my logo on it. You can do something really simple. You know, you can get a nice high-def camera for $300, $400, $500, and you can get a light kit. It's going to cost you, maybe with everything you need, a couple $1,000s for your equipment, and make videos. Talk about the players that excite you. Talk about what you have a passion for and blog about it and write about it. And start building an audience in addition to what you're doing to get a job for somebody. And it's your passion that will get you the job. And I'm going to put some links on the video on the page of my website to help you make sure when you're in an interview that you'll get hired working for the company that you want to work at. But ultimately, what you want to strive to do over the course of your life is build your own personal brand. And you do that by coming up with a logo. I mean, you can hire somebody. You can go to like elance.com or guru.com, and there's people that do a logo for you that are great at it, and that's all they do is logos for a couple $100, and you can get a really great logo and get a background. The background that's behind me, it only costs a few $100s. You can look in the internet. There's plenty of companies out there that do it, and build your own personal brand, because that's what you are. People will come to you just like they come to me for your expert opinion and your expert advice or the way you see things. And eventually you'll start scoring interviews with athletes, and don't ask them the same dumb bullshit questions that most of the people in the media ask. Ask them questions that matter, that are important. And think about your audience, how you can add value to your viewers and the people that read your articles. Because your passion is if you're excited about what you're going to do, if you're excited about a job opportunity and you're in the middle of an interview, your passion is going to translate. And because you've chosen something you have a passion for, that's why you can be really great at it, because you'll do the work and you'll do what's necessary. And it may take you a decade. It may take you 20 years to make it in the business. You may get lucky and do it in a couple of years. The key is not to focus on how much money you're going to make, but focus on being really fucking awesome at what you do. Focus on being the absolute best that you can be doing what you want to do. Talk about the things you have a passion for, because your passion will translate on video in the words that are on your blog and your website. Just like what I do. I love what I do. That's why people are always like, dude, how do you smile so much? I love what I'm fucking doing. I love helping people. It's exciting for me to teach somebody something and then have it totally help them move their life in a new direction, to the point where, I mean, you can read all the testimonials that are on my website. I love seeing those kinds of things. So he says, here's where his limiting beliefs come in. He says, the problem is that I come from a culture where money and prestige is a huge priority. I am the son of 2 Pakistani immigrants, and they have warmed up to my goals and have given me full moral support. However, when it comes to marriage and or spouse selection, the Indian/Pakistani culture looks down at certain professions. The norm is to pursue a career in medicine, engineering, or business, the more lavish, profitable professions. Well, if you go and do something like that because you don't have a passion for it, you're going to totally suck ass at it. And you're not going to do very well. The only way you can be great at something in his life is if you're doing something you really love and you really enjoy and you really have a passion for. And at the end of the day, who fucking cares? And the quote I want to share with you about Michael Jordan is, I want to repeat it. He says, if you accept the expectations of others, especially negative ones, then you'll never change the outcome. And at the end of the day, who gives a fuck what they think? Their opinion doesn't fucking matter. And as far as a girl goes, you have to have a woman in your life who really supports you and who believes in you. Because if you're excited about what you do, and when you meet a great girl, and she says, what do you do for a living? You start telling her, and you elaborate on it, your passion is going to come through, just like my passion is coming through for what I do. Right now, it's pretty easy, and she'll be excited, and she'll be amazed. And if she's attracted to you, and you meet her minimum level of standards, and you pass her attraction test, in other words, on a scale of 1 to 10, she sees you at least as a 5 or better, she's going to be excited to get to know more about you, because she figures, hey, if this guy is this excited and this passionate for it, I can help him become successful, and I can support him, and I can participate on his fun bus, so to speak. She'll want to join in your journey. And a woman who says, oh, that's a stupid idea. You want to go into sports broadcasting? Who do you think you are? You'll never be successful at that. A chick that's like that, she's like, hey, well, it's nice talking with you. Have a great night and move on to the next girl. Because you got to have a woman in your life that supports you and believes in you. You can't have somebody that's tearing you down at every turn. He says, I've always surrounded myself with people from different cultures and backgrounds, so I've experienced more diversity than some people from my own culture have, especially when it comes to taste in women's sports music. Another issue is that sports media professionals don't typically earn as much as doctors, CEOs, etc. Well, I don't know if you've been living under a rock for your whole life, dude, but there's plenty of... Turn on ESPN or one of the other sports. These people are making millions of dollars to give their opinion, and some of them I think are total fucking jackasses and totally suck ass at it. And if they can do it, you can do it. You can't focus on the money, because making money is 80% psychology, and it's only 20% mechanics. But the mechanics is the hard part. The mechanics comes in where you focus on becoming really great at your craft. That's what needs to be your focus. If you focus on what you love and you become really awesome at it, you will get noticed. People will notice. I have people from Hollywood calling me all the time, wanting me to fly out and be on their talk shows and stuff. And unless it's something that I'm really excited about, or I'm excited to talk to their audience, or they have a great topic, it's like, I'm going to turn them down. I get requests for radio interviews all the time, and I'm just simply, unless it's a huge national audience, I'm not fucking interested. He says, I know this is what I want to do the rest of my life, and I can't imagine doing anything else that would make me happy. Well, then obviously you've chosen the right thing, and good for you. He says, I've never been the type of person who wanted to be a billionaire or a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or something of that nature. It's just like Mark Zuckerberg. He didn't set out to become a billionaire. It's like when you look at the history of Facebook, he just wanted to build Facebook because he thought, hey, this would be a really cool thing to build. That was his focus. And look at it. It's like they've got over 1 billion users. I mean, just that's fucking absolutely amazing, because he focused relentlessly on creating the absolute best product. He wanted to connect people all around the world. That's what his goal has become, and that's what Facebook's mission is. Just like Steve Jobs, he didn't focus on becoming a billionaire. He focused on making the absolute best computers and technology products that he could possibly invent and create. And that's what you need to focus on. If you want to be really great, focus on being awesome at what you love. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen, send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several weeks to get back to you with a response. If you want to discover what your purpose is, or you're unsure of what the right career path is for you, or you want my help, the quickest way to get it is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.